Hello,
Hi, Ibby Magdalene. It's Jane Doe calling from the Encouragement Corner. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. And yourself?
Good, and well too. Unfortunately, Ibby, I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid. You haven't been successful for the role. The interviewers felt you were great, you've got really good experience and skills.
If you are old enough, it's likely that you have encountered some variation of rejection. This could be rejection from a job application or an interview or even a promotion at work. Now, rejection doesn't necessarily leave you feeling very confident, it actually does quite the opposite. However, we are going to explore reasons why you are rejected for a role and why it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. The job market has changed drastically. Globalization, coupled with remote and flexible working, has opened up a much larger pool of candidates, not just in your local area, but around the world. So that means there are more applicants than there are jobs. Crazy, right? What that also means is that employers have a much larger pool of people to pick from. It means that you have to really stand out to be noticed by the employer. It means you have to put in more work in your application. It means you have to absolutely nail your interview, and it can be quite hard for the potential candidate. What this means is that even though you do meet all the requirements for the role, other candidates could have a slight edge over you based on a number of factors. It's actually worth noting that sometimes rejection could actually play out to be a good thing. It could be that the employer has assessed your abilities and your skills against the type of work you'll be doing on a daily basis and have kind of gauged that the work might be too difficult for you or maybe even too easy and it might be too mundane for you, and it's likely that you won't last very long in a role. So sometimes rejection just means that it's just not a good fit for you. Now, as a candidate, this might be quite upsetting to you because you've put in the work, you spent hours rehearsing the interviews, you've practiced for the tests and the examinations, and you didn't get the role. Yeah, it is disappointing, but in the long run, it could actually be more beneficial for you to find a more suitable role. You will find companies that would love to hire you based on the skills you have, the previous experience you've gained, based on your personality, even based on your hobbies. You will definitely find a job that is suited to you. You will find potential employers that think you are amazing. It's all about having the patience and finding what kind of company would really appreciate my type of skills? What kind of company would really appreciate my personality and my characteristics? And it does take time to figure that out. I'll use myself as an example. If I were to apply for 100 permanent positions, it's likely that I will get rejected from at least 80% of them. That is quite a high number, and I'll tell you why. It's not because I don't have the skills, it's not because I'm not skilled enough, I don't have the right values, I can't bring the right values to the job. It simply means that because I've done contracting jobs and work for such a long time, the employer is unsure if I would A, stay in the role, B, if I'm able to transition from the contract world to the perm world, see if they can accommodate, the contract rates to the perm. So many things could be a concern for the employer. Now, that does not take away from the skills and the values that I can add to the business. It could be that employers are probably just having a bit more of a think as to, is this the right candidate for this role? Is there someone else who's more suited to this role? So that's an example of why you could be having lots and lots of rejections. So please evaluate your applications. Ask for feedback if you can from the employer. That's a really useful way to know, okay, this is why I'm being, rejected, perhaps you can have a very strong cover letter to explain, okay, this is where you're at in your career, this is what you hope to do, this is what you hope to get out from the role, this is what you can add to the role, add to the company, this is what you can bring to, you know, the role and the company. Different ways you can make your application a lot stronger, and always try to get feedback from interviews, because that could help you for your next role in future. That's all for this video, and see you in my next video. Bye.